the meat.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Welcome in. First at 11, rain is back on the radar tonight, and here's a live look outside from our tower camera in downtown Indianapolis. Good evening to you. I'm Amanda Starrentino. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is here working for you, tracking this latest system. Kevin.
And it's the most rain we've had in the day since August 18th. How about that? Just over an inch of rain, and perhaps we'll get another little shot here in the next hour or two. There have been some rumbles of thunder, but I think the lightning is quickly fading. The wind will stay strong, not just tonight, but through tomorrow. Temperatures headed into the 40s. This is not widespread. We won't all see additional rain, but Greencastle to Cloverdale, a little downpour here cutting across 231 really between Greencastle and Spencer. A little more hit and miss, but you had a nice shower in Tipton. And then off to the east, some rain just rolled through Richmond and then east of Muncie for the overnight period between midnight and about 2. This is all gone during the day tomorrow. We may have a little sunshine early, but the cooler temperatures will ensure the clouds come rolling back in. Temperature tomorrow, 57 degrees.
It's a problem heartbroken families, communities, and elected officials are trying to solve, stopping shootings before they happen. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office says one solution is Indiana's red flag law. It was the topic at tonight's Community Justice Academy presentation. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker shows you how the law works and why the prosecutor says it could do even more to keep everyone safe.
I feel as though that youth are the future of tomorrow, so we need to stop violence, and it cannot start with them.
Nia Wilson tells me she and so many other young people her age have been impacted by gun violence.
I've had a couple of close friends in surrounding school areas that have been either shot or involved in third-party shooting.
Nia took part in the Marion County Prosecutor Office's first ever Youth Fellows program, where they were able to share their perspective on several topics, gun violence being one of them.
We see too many young people who end up being shot and their lives are forever altered, even if they survive.
Prosecutor Ryan Mears says his office is constantly working to prevent gun violence. They get some help from Indiana's red flag law, which allows police officers to take guns from people who could hurt themselves or others with or without a warrant.
Police officers arrive on the scene. They're able to seize weapons that day from an individual, which is obviously important.
Changes were made to the red flag law this summer. They included adding a person's name to the National Instant Criminal Background Check database if their guns had been taken. But Mears says the law could go further.
There needs to be more follow-up where we as prosecutors have the ability to make sure that that person does not have the ability to purchase firearms down the road.
As the law stands, a person could have their guns taken away, then buy a new gun the very next day by ordering one online or going to a gun show. That doesn't sit well with Mears or many of the people who were there Monday night for the discussion about Indiana's red flag law.
If officers seize those weapons, it needs to be entered into the crime database. And so if that individual tries to purchase a weapon in the future, everybody's going to be aware of it.
Prosecutor Ryan Mears says that this red flag law is a good first step in preventing gun violence, but he admits there are still problems and loopholes that need to be fixed, things that the legislator can only do, and he says that's where you come in. If you want these loopholes closed, he urges you to reach out to whoever represents you. Working for you in Indianapolis, I'm Cornelius Hawker for RTV6.
Thank you, Cornelius. And lawmakers who have opposed changing the red flag law say they don't want to infringe on Hoosiers' Second Amendment rights. Indiana's original red flag law passed in 2005 after the 2004 killing of Officer Jake Laird. Now, he was shot by a man who had been deemed a dangerous person and even had his guns taken away. But back then, there were not any laws in place to stop that man from getting his guns back. Election day is almost 2 weeks away, and tonight the candidates for mayor of Indianapolis took the debate stage. Democratic Mayor Joe Hogsett is facing Republican challenger Jim Merritt. Tonight's debate at Arsenal Tech High School focused on issues impacting African Americans. The moderator asked both candidates, does Indianapolis have a gentrification problem, and if so, what will they do about it?
The mantra of the Department of Metropolitan Development and the investments that we make, whether that be through federal dollars or local dollars, is development, not displacement. Any development that includes city funding must include affordable housing.
My program is that all development, all home housing development in Indianapolis will have a 10% affordable housing set aside.
The African American Coalition of Indianapolis sponsored the debate. Municipal elections are Tuesday, November 5th. RTV6 is working for you, getting answers for a mom who says her son is not getting a safe ride to school. RTV6's Cameron Riddle is taking her concerns to the school district to learn more about the proper safety procedures for crowded school buses.
A Center Grove mother says the buses in this Johnson County school district are so packed that it's forcing her son to have to sit on the floor.
No child should be sitting on the floor, period.
This mother didn't want to be identified, but says the number of students being packed onto her son's middle school bus is concerning.
Even though he only had to do it once, I'm still concerned about the other children as well. So I don't think any child should have to sit on the floor of a bus. Mostly because if there were a true emergency, the kid on the floor is going to get trampled.
Her son is a 7th grader at Center Grove Middle School North. He's one of the first to get on and last to get off the bus. And on more than one occasion, his mom says he and other students have used the floor as their seat for the ride home.
I looked on the transportation website the night before I called them, and it said 3 kids to a seat, and the aisleways are to be clear. Well, they're obviously not even abiding by their own website, by putting children in the aisles on the floor.
She says she called the transportation department, but didn't feel like her concerns were being taken seriously. So she called RTV6. We took this mother's concerns to leaders at Center Grove's transportation department. After a call from RTV6, a district spokesperson responded, saying the director of transportation looked into the issue and randomly viewed video from the bus's onboard camera from October 8th and October 9th. She indicated the bus was full on both days, but not over capacity, and no one was sitting on the floor. Indiana law does not limit how many passengers can ride on a school bus, but does require everyone on board be able to sit in a seat. This mom says all she wants is a seat for her son and a safe ride to school.
Yeah, they definitely need to take a closer look at it and to be more concerned than what they showed me the day that I called.
Working for you in Johnson County, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Cameron, thank you. And that mom was not able to provide an exact date that her son says he sat on the floor, so the district was not able to pull the tape to see exactly what happened on board the bus. The district says if a student did try to sit on the floor, bus drivers are instructed to tell other students to move over and make room in a seat.
Since I have 2 young kids, I worry about how fast people drive.
Also working for you, RTV6 is giving a voice to people who are concerned about speeding drivers in Irvington. This comes after police say someone was driving too fast on Arlington Avenue, just south of 10th Street, early this morning when they hit another car, killing the person inside. Neighbors say cars often go 20 to 30 miles per hour over the speed limit on Arlington. Kitty Butler is afraid to let her kids play outside because of this issue.
I'm not the only mom on the street. There's several families I know with preschool-age kids, and you don't ever see them playing out in the front yard.
Metro Police say officers working that neighborhood will watch for speeding, and no matter where you live in the city, you can report speeding or traffic safety concerns online. You can find a link by going to the RTV6 app and clicking on this story. And if you have safety concerns in your neighborhood and don't know where to turn, contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. New at 11, a battle continues over new technology in Carmel. Tonight, the Common Council narrowly approved a resolution calling on the state legislature to study the effects of 5G cell towers. Some homeowners and advocates want more research done on 5G and how it might impact their health and safety. The group CTIA, which represents the U.S. wireless communications industry, says current scientific evidence shows there is no health risk associated with 5G towers. A hearing that could have a major impact on Indiana's Attorney General continues tomorrow. A disciplinary commission will determine if Curtis Hill faces any legal discipline over accusations he touched 4 women inappropriately at a party in a bar after the legislature adjourned last year. All 4 women testified today, describing how they felt shock, shame, and embarrassment. Hill could be stripped of his law license, which is required to remain Attorney General. He denies the allegations against him. For more in-depth details about the case and today's testimony, go to the RTV6 app and click on this story. A court hearing scheduled Wednesday could prevent future interviews in a bizarre case attracting international attention. Today, prosecutors in Tippecanoe County filed a motion asking a judge to issue a gag order in the Christine and Michael Barnett case. The former couple is accused of adopting a child from Ukraine, legally changing her age to 22 years old, renting her an apartment, and abandoning her in Lafayette. The Barnetts claim the girl is actually an adult pretending to be a child. They face neglect charges.
We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
A special blessing in Fortville today, where a baby box was unveiled at the fire department on Broadway Street. It's the latest of several baby boxes installed around Indiana. The boxes are a safe place where parents can surrender newborns under the state's safe haven law, no questions asked. Today's event included a translator as part of a new effort to put different languages on baby boxes so there is no language barrier.
These babies are important to me, and if I have to change my course just a bit to make sure that I'm hitting every community in the state, then we're going to change course a little bit and make sure that our friends that don't speak English know that this is available in their community.
The installation of this baby box comes less than a week after a baby was found abandoned in Seymour, just a mile away from a baby box. In that case, the child survived. Now, tomorrow, the Marion County Health Department is bringing flu vaccines to the community. The latest low-cost flu shot clinic goes from 9 a.m. to noon Tuesday at Southport United Methodist Church on East Southport Road. The vaccines cost $20 for people ages 2 and older. They are free for kids younger than 2.
15 months ago, I was living in a transitional house. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a driver's license.
No job, no home, and no hope. Coming up, the free resource that changed a woman's life and how it could change yours too. And next, RTV6 finds out the meaning behind these white bikes that have been mysteriously appearing around central Indiana. We'll be right back.
And we have more work to do.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
A powerful project aimed at remembering lives lost is getting attention. White bikes are being placed on memorials for people killed while cycling. From Greenfield to Fishers to the west side of Indianapolis, where Andrew Talbot was killed. The 19-year-old was dating Holly Schmidt's daughter and lived with the family for 2 years. She says Andrew was riding his bicycle to visit his father when he was hit by a car and left for dead.
He meant a lot. You know, we tried to do what we could. You know, I raised him like I raised my children. Not raised him, but tried to, you know, teach him to be, you know, respectful and to be the kind of person, you know, that a 19-year-old needed to be.
RTV6 found out the white bikes are part of the Ghost Bike Project. Sheldon and Martha Hall are volunteers with the organization. The goal is to raise awareness about sharing the road. The couple says the project is emotional, but necessary.
It's always sad. This one was particularly sad because he was 19. The others we have placed this summer, 3 have been for people in their early 60s. It's always sad. The 2 in Hancock County, we live in Hancock County. We had ridden those roads. Those happened mid-morning when it should have been safe to be riding where those people were.
If you'd like to get involved with the Ghost Bike Project, go to the RTV6 app and click on this story. A criminal investigation is underway after local school administrators were overpaid by more than $500,000. A newly released audit shows 3 Greenfield Central Community School Corporation administrators were overpaid more than $651,000 in health insurance benefits. The district notified the State Board of Accounts after the superintendent became suspicious about an improper allocation of funds in August of last year. The 3 administrators were placed on leave when the discrepancies were found. None are currently working for the school district. You can read more about the case by going to the RTV6 app and clicking on this story. The famous giant piano will not be there, but FAO Schwarz is bringing its signature style and, most importantly, its signature toys to Indianapolis. A grand opening celebration will be held tomorrow at the new location inside Indianapolis International Airport. The airport authority says FAO Schwarz is one of 10 new retailers, food and beverage shops open for business this month. A lot of changes coming there, and that's an exciting one just in time for the holiday season.
Lots of cool stuff there. I would like the dancing piano. That's always a cool thing.
I can see you just jamming out on that, Kevin.
I'm not very coordinated that way. Let's coordinate the next few days for you and kind of set out your wardrobe for tomorrow. Temperatures will be much cooler, only in the 50s. So the cold front is moving through, and when you wake up in the morning, it'll be off to the east. What's that mean? It will be dry and windy. Winds will continue tomorrow, 20 to 30 miles per hour out of the west-northwest. Dry day ahead. These are your Tuesday headlines. Those gusts will be just as strong as today, and if we see any breaks in the cloud cover in the morning, they'll fill back in as that cooler air rotates into central Indiana. Skies will be mostly cloudy. Right over Cloverdale, about ready to move east of 231. Nice little downpour here. We'll cut to the northeast and enter southwest portions of Hendricks County toward Danville, Amo, Clayton as it slides to the north and east. Nothing widespread here. I think they'll continue to pop up very scattered between now and about 2 a.m. as that cold front pushes all the way to the state line. 58 in Richmond, 52 in Crawfordsville. Cloudy skies everywhere for now, but I think in the west we'll see some breaks in the cloud cover first thing early tomorrow. Then the clouds will fill back in. Wake up temperatures not too cold. We'll be in the 40s, and then once we get past tomorrow, just want to show you the temperature trend for the rest of the week. We'll bounce back into the 60s for a couple of days, but we're not there yet. Tomorrow, wind will be strong, and that will make it feel cooler, especially with the cloud cover around. We're going to rattle the trees, that's for sure. You're noticing more and more leaves down. That trend will continue, and we're probably approaching peak color. Everything's starting to look pretty good. 52 in Cass County and Logansport tomorrow afternoon. To the south where it's a little warmer, still in the 50s, upper 50s. Metro area temperatures about 6 or 7 degrees below average for this time of year. Another change for Wednesday, more sunshine, mostly sunny, 62 for the high, still stays breezy through the day. Wednesday temperatures, all of central Indiana low to mid 60s for an afternoon high. On Thursday, temperatures in the low 60s. We'll set up for a change. That chance for a shower is there Thursday and Friday. And then we'll step into the weekend where the temperature on Saturday, 58. That's after a cool start at 36. Sunday's warmer of the 2 days with a slight chance of showers, 65 degrees. 7-day planner tomorrow. Lots of clouds may look like rain at times, but should hold off. We'll call for a dry day. Mostly sunny Wednesday. That 20% chance of showers Thursday and Friday. Then we go into a weekend where sunshine dominates Saturday and a slight chance of some rain on Sunday.
All right, just a little chillier. All right, we've got Dave standing by, and the Colts are feeling good today.
Colts are off today. Wanted to throw this your way, though. Our crack research staff digging up this gem. How good has the team been lately? Well, how about the best? Best record over the last 16 regular season games, tied only with the Saints and Patriots. A game better than the Bears. The Colts host the Broncos coming up on Sunday. I knew they've been playing pretty well lately. Hey, good evening. The Patriots found themselves a little preseason drama. Tonight was the deadline to get a deal done with those approaching restricted free agency. And, well, like a shot at the buzzer, almost, they got the deal done with Domas Sabonis. It didn't quite go down to the 11th hour, but close enough. Domas agreeing to a new 4-year deal. It can make up to $80 million with incentives. That's almost an exact contract that Miles Turner is starting this season. Domas averaged 14 points and 9 boards off the bench last season. Of course, he'll be a starter now alongside Miles. Before all this went down at the practice facility today, Miles was talking about that season opener Wednesday night.
I think it'll be a great team, man. I think the vibe is that we got guys that, what Nate's been preaching for a long time. We got two-way players, guys that can do, offense and defense. I think we have that, 1 through 15 on this roster. So we have the potential to be a great team.
Speaking of hoop, the first AP college basketball poll is out. Purdue is the only local on the list. The Boilers start the season ranked 23rd. 5th straight year they've been in the top 25 top 25 poll to begin the year. Michigan State, by the way, is #1. And another big Saturday for Purdue. Freshman David Bell, the former Warren Central star, with 13 catches for a freshman school record, 197 yards and a touchdown. Today named the Big Ten's Freshman of the Week. 2nd straight week he's received that award. Bell leads Purdue in receiving this season, 635 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. They host Illinois Saturday.
We're going to have to utilize him. We're going to have to make sure we get others involved as well, but he definitely makes the catch. He definitely runs the route and gets open, and when he's guarded tight, he still makes the catch, and I think that's what separates him from the others sometimes is his ability to consistently make a catch even when he's not wide open, and he definitely did that all game long.
And join us tomorrow night, the news at 6, our Sports Extra Spotlight on David Bell's biggest fan. Wait till you meet Karen Butler, grandmother to 5, but as she says, David was her first grandson, and she knew early on how good he would be, and well, if that wasn't special enough, she's never missed a game David has played. Her story tonight, tomorrow rather, on the news at 6 o'clock. Nothing beats a grandmother's love. Tune in tomorrow night. It's fun.
Grandmothers know.
That's right.
All
they
right.
always know.
Thank you, Dave. Well, if you're facing setbacks in life, you can start fresh. Next, a Central Indiana woman shares an inspiring personal story about her new beginning.
Good for $249 a month.
Welcome back. When RTV6 launched the Hiring Hoosiers project nearly a year ago, we made a commitment to find and tell stories that focus on current and future employment opportunities and career development resources. So tonight we are shining a light on a free program that could help you build a resume, land an interview, and secure a job in 2 weeks' time. Roughly 80 to 100 people sign up for the New Beginnings program at the Indianapolis Urban League each month. It's a resource and service to help people get from wherever they are in life to where they want to be. Amanda Endicott was living in a transitional house with a criminal record and had no job, no money, and no driver's license when she discovered New Beginnings. Now she's making good money at a contractor's office, has a car, and her own apartment.
So the first things that we learned was that no matter what our past is and no matter where we've come from, we can always build. That it's not, you're not stuck. That is not who you are. That is not your identity. That is some things that happen to you, but you can overturn that. It was very empowering. They didn't see the stigma attached to all of us in there. They saw opportunity.
Many of our program participants have multiple barriers to employment. That could be maybe they have convictions, maybe they're homeless, maybe they're struggling with an addiction of some sort.
The free classes focus on resume building, identifying your strongest work skills, and learning how to excel in the interview process. Typically, participants find a job during the second week of the New Beginnings program when they go through speed interview sessions. An information session will be held on November 7th at 11 a.m. Classes start again on November 12th with free lunch served daily. For more info, go to hiringhoosiers.com and click on this story. We will be right back.
That's the benefit of Medicare from Anthem.
Today, the Colts celebrated Sunday's big win with some special fans. Members of the team visited patients at IU Health Simon Cancer Center. They delivered care packages, flowers, and shared words of encouragement.
To bring smiles and to listen to their excitement about us being here, it's just awesome.
I am a big Colts fan. We've been ticket holders for a long time. As my husband says, I used to take magazines to the game, and now I question some of the plays. So I've come a long way.
Every Monday, the Colts organization takes part in a community service activity.
Way to go, Joanne.
I still take magazines to the game. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But did you hear? See, now she questioned the plays. So she's gone from coaching. Boo!
Yeah, she knows what's going on.
All right, well, a few showers overnight. They'll be gone in the morning.
So it's not going to be another rained out day?
Nope.
All right. Well, have a great Tuesday then. A dry one at that. Good night.